want to get honest with you here, moms. I have dealt with depression as part of my life. And personally, it's been part of how God has chosen to intimately disciple my soul. It's not only my kryptonite, it's my superpower. And I know that sounds ironic when we're talking about something as profound and overwhelming as depression, especially when you're just dealing with the newness of having a new baby who is probably up through the night and is probably crying a lot. And, for those first 6 weeks or so, they only let you know what you're doing wrong. So I just want to let you know for a moment, in the limited ways I can, I see you. And I'm sorry for what you're going through. And I know what it's like to have hormones and body chemicals and emotions speaking really loudly into your ear. So I just want to let you know, I feel great compassion on you. And if we were having a cup of coffee right now, I'd want to reach over and just put my hand on yours and look you in the eye and hear about what it's like to be a new mom, or maybe this is your third child, or maybe it's your fifth. But either way, depression is real. So let me let you know, first of all, that I see you, but also that God sees you. There's this remarkable moment in the book of Genesis where this outcast mom is in a desert, a literal desert and an emotional desert. And she's been thrown out by her husband. Her name was Hagar. And she has come into the desert, and she's afraid she's going to have to watch her son die, and because of her own circumstances. But in that moment, she had an encounter with God, and it was an encounter of compassion and empowerment. And at that moment, she called him the God who sees. So I want to let you know, first of all, that the God who sees is with you right now while you're scrolling through that feed. He sees you. He's looking not only into your eyes, but into your heart. And he knows that your experience right now, your emotions, no matter what is going on inside of you, he understands that your experience is valid. I want to challenge you to do a couple of things, but I'm not going to challenge you to do them casually. I'm going to do this from my own experience, and you need to look at your own life and your own situation. You need to consult the Holy Spirit and find out what the Lord is leading you to do. For me, part of my depression journey included getting a Christian therapist. I actually needed some different techniques that would help me deal with my emotions in a way that would allow God to, again, disciple my soul in some of the deep questions I was bringing into the sanctuary. And in that, I want to encourage you also to try to let your mask down. I realize there's a certain mom that maybe goes to church or shows up at play dates and she's always smiling. I think it's good that God's created our bodies, that when we smile, we start feeling differently. That's a great thing. But also, quoting an author that I appreciate, he said, "No one told me that when I wear a mask, only my mask receives love." So I want to encourage you to reduce some of the tension and the gap that you're feeling by being authentic with one or two trusted people, and maybe one of those is a Christian therapist. I believe that one of the greatest diseases you can face as a new mom is isolation. It is a very lonely time in life. Very few people can understand deeply what you're experiencing, but whether it's through a Mothers of Preschoolers group, or whether it is getting another good friend, whether it's being honest with your husband about some of the things you're facing, start confiding in one or two trusted people. I would also say that no matter how great your spouse is, throughout time we've been designed for community, not just two, but a whole body of people. And your husband is not designed to carry all of your emotional freight. So whether it's opening up to your mom, if your mom is a healthy person, or whoever that might be, I would encourage you to find that trusted person so you can start sliding down the mask. Another thing I would encourage you to do that I did poorly and I wish I had done better was to ask for help. The reality is, as young moms, sometimes we've got way more than we can bear. Was it possibly part of God's design to give us something a little bit more than we could handle so that we start out our kids' lives in community and confessing our need for each other. 1 Corinthians 12 says that no part of the body can say to the others, I don't need you. So this is a time in life where it may be good for you to start getting honest about the help that you need. Maybe you could really use somebody to just come over so that you can get a nap in the afternoon, or maybe you could use that offer from your mom or somebody to come and clean your house for a bit, or just ask for what you need. I guarantee you, people don't know instinctively what you need. So let's put down the mind reading game and ask for the help that we need. I think there's a great humility in that. Let me get real for you with just one other aspect of depression that's been important to me. There was a biochemical element in my depression, and just like a lot of diabetics need insulin, I needed some neurotransmitters in my brain, and I am astounded at the difference it made so that I could get more even keel and help my soul to listen to the Holy Spirit in some of the dark places. I don't know if that's you. I had a genetic component. I don't know if you do, but I want to let you know this may be a gift of God to us through science. And if that's what you need to do, I hope you have the humility to reach out for the medical help you need with medication. Either way, I want you to know there's hope, and there are people who long to help you. You may need to let them know, but not only they, but our God is one who sees and longs to step in. What you're doing right now is remarkably, I'm going to choose this word carefully, but heroic. Now wait for it here, okay? The things that you're investing in your child right now, the things that they will never remember you doing, whether it's changing that diaper again or again, that time where you got poop in your eyebrow, you're putting them to bed, you're teaching them to sleep, you're holding them, you're feeding them, and then, wash, rinse, repeat. And everything needs to be wiped, right? I remember when I was in that stage, my life looked like a Bounty paper towels commercial. It felt like I was swimming in a sea of apple juice with goldfish floating on the top. I want to let you know, I see you, I've been there, and here's what I would tell you. The work you're doing right now is critical for your child's attachment and just for them understanding who God is as a God who responds to their needs. I'll say that again. What you're doing, these day-to-day activities, they're setting a remarkable foundation to teach your child who God is and for them to be able to relate to and trust other people. Psychologists refer to this stage in life as a critical stage of attachment. I want to let you know that all the little ways that you respond to your child's needs and the ways that you smile at them, the ways that you sing to them, all of that is expanding their brains that are growing day after day, and they're learning that this world is a place that they can thrive. You are doing that in just your thankless work of doing more loads of laundry than you ever thought possible. And yes, wiping down everything. Do you ever feel like you're just going through so many baby wipes, you've kind of lost track of the Sam's Club size box? I get that. Just wanted to let you know that this does matter. Keep doing it with perseverance. Here's what I'd also tell you. As you demonstrate God's love to your child, it's really important that you also internalize God's care for your soul, because right now, you and I both know you're just hoping to get a shower, right? I remember this time when my son was little and I knew that they were your baby is going to know your scent. And I thought, I haven't showered in 3 days. My scent's gonna be BO. In fact, it was more like, my scent's gonna be BO. I know what this is like. I know that you're just hoping to brush your teeth. But here's the deal. Take the time to remember who you are in God's presence, because it's gonna be really hard to love your child well if God isn't speaking truth into your soul and being your place of rest. I love the verse in Isaiah that says that He carefully leads those who have young. I want you to see God's posture of compassion towards you, gathering you in, and He does seek to give you green pastures and still waters. And let me tell you, it's not so that you can mow the grass and swim laps. Let go, achiever moms. Take the naps you need, take the rest you need, so that you can invest in your child in the ways that are most important. And sometimes that's not always not having a sticky floor. What else would I tell you? Ask for the help that you need. I'll say it again. Ask for the help that you need. I was terrible at this. Terrible. You can ask my husband. And it actually led to me being kind of a resentful mom sometimes because I needed the help so badly, but I associated my needs with a lot of shame. Ask for the help that you need. I don't know who it is. I don't know if you need to let your friends know. I don't know if you need to spend the extra $10 a month to get grocery pickup. But whatever it is, create this space so that you can be an emotionally healthy mom, not just a mom who checks all the boxes. Here's my last thing. Being a new mom can be one of the most isolating seasons of your entire life. Whether it's reaching out to a Mothers of Preschoolers group or reaching out to a friend or having a play date, even when you've got so many Legos on the floor, you're sure that somebody is going to skewer their foot and sue you. I'm letting you know you need people. 1 Corinthians 12 reminds us believing moms that nobody can say to others, I don't need you. Admit that you need people and that you need friends. Your child needs friends too. They don't need to be the center of your whole world. So take the time, create the friendships, create the network, and know that you're not alone. Keep going, moms. What you're doing is vital for your kids' souls. They may not remember, but what you're doing is essential for a lifetime.